Have you ever felt like you're following a script that you didn't write? Well, today, we're going to dive into the ideas of a truly revolutionary thinker, Simone de Beauvoir. We'll see how her philosophy gives us this powerful new lens to see the world, especially for the youth in India who are looking to write their own story. Let's get into it.
This right here is probably the single most powerful idea from the French philosopher Simone de Beauvoir. It sounds so simple, right? But it completely changed how we think about gender. So what does it actually mean to become a woman? Well, that's exactly what we're about to unpack.
To really get to the heart of what Beauvoir was saying, you only need to get your head around two fundamental concepts. And trust me, once you see them, you'll start seeing them absolutely everywhere, from ancient texts to the latest movies.
First up is this idea of becoming. Beauvoir's big argument was that this has nothing to do with biology. Nope, it's all about a social script, a set of instructions we're handed from the moment we're born, teaching us how to perform the role of woman. Okay, so let's break this down. Being born female, that's just a biological fact. It's nature. But being taught to be a woman, you know the stuff, don't shout, be shy, learn to cook because one day you have to go to another house, that's a social rule. Meanwhile, her brother is told to be brave, to go out and conquer the world. Her point is that these traits aren't in our DNA, they are taught. The second big idea is what she called the other. Now this is all about a power dynamic. Society basically sets up man as the default, the main character. He's the subject. And everyone else, especially women, gets defined only by how they relate to him. They become the other.
Think about it like in so many of those old stories, right? The king is the one who acts, who goes on adventures. And the queen? What does she do? She waits. Her story is just a footnote in his. She's the wife of the king, the mother of the prince. Beauvoir had a word for this state, immanence. It basically means being stuck, defined by your situation instead of your own actions. Her whole point was that women need to have their own adventures.
All right, so let's bring these big ideas a little closer to home. How does this whole theory play out in the script that's been written for the Indian woman, from way back in ancient times all the way to today?
I mean, just look at this quote from the Manusmriti. It's a perfect historical example of that script in action. Notice how a woman is never defined as just an individual. She's always someone's possession, a relative of a man. This is the absolute definition of being the other.
And here's the thing. That ancient script, it hasn't just vanished. Today it collides with modern progress, and that creates this really unique conflict for so many Indian women, something we can call the double burden. On one hand, you've got this incredible progress. Women are leading companies, they're launching rockets, they're achieving financial independence. But on the other hand, that traditional trap is still there. That same scientist is often expected to come home and be the perfect bahu, the ideal daughter-in-law with her primary duties still defined by sacrifice. It's like living two completely conflicting scripts at the same time. But here's the amazing part. Indian writers have been challenging these scripts for years. They give Sita a voice to choose her own dignity. They show us someone like Bhama who fights being made other for both her caste and her gender. And in characters like Draupadi, we see women who just refuse to be shamed and stand tall. They're all breaking free. They are achieving what Beauvoir called transcendence by becoming the heroes of their own stories. And this is so important, because it shows us that Beauvoir's philosophy isn't just some abstract theory. No, it's a practical toolkit. It gives you a method to analyze any story, any film, even situations in your own life, and see who's really holding the power.
So here it is, a simple three-step guide. First, identify the other.
Ask yourself, is the female character the hero of her own story, or is she just there to help a man on his journey? Second, look for becoming. Pinpoint the exact moments where she's taught the so-called rules of being a woman. Be silent, be pretty, be selfless. And third, and this is the big one, seek transcendence. This is the moment of truth. Does she make a bold choice for her own growth? Does she break free from the cage society built for her?
This table is a great little summary to keep handy. Beauvoir used the term immanence to describe being stuck in that traditional cage. Transcendence is that moment of breaking out. By using these ideas, you can look at any story and see if it's reinforcing the cage or celebrating freedom.
Okay, so this brings us to the crucial point. Beauvoir's work isn't just about analyzing books. It's about analyzing life. And it has a really powerful and direct message for all of us, right here and right now.
Her message is really a clear call to action.
First, seek financial independence. It's the foundation of freedom. Second, make conscious choices. Don't just accept something because that's what girls do. And third, read and write. Use stories as a tool to understand the world and ultimately to tell your own.
I absolutely love this quote from her. It reminds us that freedom isn't some gift that you just get one time. It's a practice. It's something you have to actively choose and exercise every single day.
And in the end, Beauvoir's entire philosophy really boils down to this one question. For centuries, the scripts for how to live, especially for women, were written by other people. But now, the pen is in your hand. So, who's going to write your story?